What's up? What's going on? Hide and read with a book haul. 7 books. Let's check them out. I was watching the Book Graveyard and Bad Taste Books both recently put out a video, like almost an hour long, of them just showing off all the books they bought recently. I cannot buy that many books right now. I'm actually trying to thin the shelves out a little bit, but feeling envious, so the best cure was just to go and haul home some books. So like I said, 7 books here. I got 1 from the library, 4 from the used bookstore in town, and 2 off the website that we shall not name. So before we get into it, I'll just say thanks to all the new subscribers. I see there's a couple of you that subscribed recently. Appreciate it. Make sure you comment so I know who you are. Otherwise, I just have no idea who's subscribing. Just a couple emojis, just so I know you're watching. And let's have fun. If you have any questions that you feel not confident asking in the comments, feel free to use the email address in the description, and I'll do my best to get back to you. I'm not very busy. So first one, Elmore Leonard. Elmore Leonard is a really cool author. To be honest, I think I like him as an author more than I like his writing. But I really like the style that he writes, and the things that he chooses to write about is a lot of fun. And this one, I think he wrote for his grandchildren. So it's like more like a kid's book. So if you're looking for something to read out loud to your kids before bed, and tired of the red fish, blue fish kind of deal, maybe check out A Coyotes in the House. I'm sure I'll review the book. I'm liking it so far. I just pick it up every now and then and just, hit a chapter or two. But yeah, it's fun. Elmore Leonard, he usually writes kind of hard crime genre, some westerns. And if you're a fan of Tarantino movies, you might enjoy Elmore Leonard books because Tarantino's a big fan of Elmore Leonard, and it's pretty obvious once you read a couple of the books. All right. That was my library pick. Should I have picked something up from the library? No, not really, because I have a lot of reading that I plan to do this month, but I feel like making bad decisions about your reading is, it's not that big of a vice, so feel free. Yeah, and in spirit of that, went out and bought some books, so here we go. This one, Bentley Little, which I've been looking for a book by this author. I just wanted to find one used first. And usually I'd prefer my used books not to be this well-loved, you could say. But sometimes that means it was a good book and somebody just didn't care and was just really into the reading sometimes. So, The Resort. Seems like all these Bentley Little books are the something. Seemingly popular author. If you read anything by him, let me know what your favorite book was. I was hoping to hunt down a copy of The Store, but this one takes place in the desert, and I think the author's from Arizona, so should be cool. The Resort, Bentley Little. Yeah, even if I don't like this one, I'm going to pick up another book by him anyway, just to give him a shot. Let's see. Second book. I'm mispronouncing everything. Second book, Operation Shatterhand, Jake Page. And looks like Nazis come across the southwestern border into America, and I guess they're trying to take over. Operation Shatterhand. And I walked past this book for a couple months. I kept looking at it every time I went into the used bookstore, and I was like, I can't read everything, so it looks cool. I could just think that it looks cool and not buy it. Well, I broke down. I bought it. Shatterhand. Wanted to get some more like men's adventure kind of stuff, and I don't think I've ever read alternate history before. That's not a genre that I'm too familiar with, so should be fun. It's got a nice sticker on the cover. You know. Yeah, so it's fun. I'm sure these Native Americans are going to give it to them. I can't see it going the other way. So, the Indians lost America once. They're not about to lose it again. Awesome. Should be fun. Fun, exciting, hopefully a lot of guns, and it's in the desert. Yeah, those are things I like. And I wanted to pick up another kind. I felt like that was kind of men's adventure adjacent. I don't read a lot of men's adventure, so like, let me just go like full on into that category. I went over. They even have a section in the used bookstore. Of course, they're usually like big series, and hopefully it doesn't matter that I picked one later in the series. I picked up Phoenix Force number 33. That's my favorite number. Ninja Blood, Gar Wilson. And yeah, Men's Adventure, number 33, Ninjas. It's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. So, it was this, and they had, like, even if I don't like this one, similar to what I was saying about Bentley Little, I'll probably pick up at least one more. They have one where the bad guys take over the Vatican, which I thought was pretty cool. They take the Vatican hostage, I should say. There's a joke in there, I'm sure. But, yeah. Trained to Kill. We'll see. Looks cool. I think it'd be pretty hard to mess this up. I'm not too picky. And then, I'm always... here's the thing. Like, I envy the channels that they found like some sort of niche that they like to read in and explore. I think that's really cool. And last year I was trying to expand kind of the aperture or whatever for the kind of books I was reading. And maybe it doesn't happen this year, but I do want to work it on this year. I want to thin that, close it a little bit. I want a little bit more focus. That's one of the reasons I'm thinning out the library a little bit, because I want to, just be more focused on what I'm reading. Like, I could always go out and find whatever book that I want to read and just have fun casually reading. But when it comes to looking for certain things and collecting and stuff, I want to be a little bit more specific. I doubt this will ever become like a genre-focused channel. Maybe it will, but I'm always trying to branch out. One of the things I branched out into was romance, and there's all kinds of different... It's a huge genre, but I haven't read any like supernatural or paranormal romance yet. So I was looking for one, and this one seemed palatable to me. The Devil Inside. And this young lady, she is an exorcist, and she gets possessed by a demon. And if I understand correctly, she's like... That's like the conflicting love interest in the book, is this demon that's possessed this exorcist. Not everybody's cup of tea. Maybe not mine, but I thought it'd be fun to read. Devil Inside. Who is this by? Jenna Black. That's the other cool thing about... the cityscape is pretty cool. That's a cool thing about romance, too, is like the authors will have very kind of descriptive pen names. So, like, you can kind of tell what kind of romance book it is sometimes by the name of the author. And without getting it too lewd, I'll just leave it at that. And next time you're at the bookstore, you could look and have a good chuckle. If you're like me, for years, I went into used bookstores and just avoided the romance section. No one's going to judge you in the book. Well, somebody might, but who cares? Next time you go to the used bookstore, look in the romance section. I promise, it'll at least be fun. Like, go look at those books, look at the authors, pick a couple out and read the synopsis on the back. At the very least, you'll have fun. I promise. And it's free. You don't even have to buy them. All right. And then these are the two books I picked up from a website we shall not name. Number 1, Gunfight at Crippled Horse. Thomas McNulty of McNulty's Book Corral fame. If you see him commenting, it says the West is the best. I tend to agree. Here he is, pistol in hand. It's kind of large reptile. But yeah, I have quite a few McNulty books, and I definitely want to read more of them. He was very kind and sent me a few of the books he authored, actually. And after I had bought and reviewed... Oh, what is that? Let me grab it. I have it. One second. Yeah, on my own volition, I hunted down and purchased a copy of Trail of the Burned Man. And the artwork is so cool. And I really enjoyed this book. The review is on the page. Yeah, it's not too hard to find. But Thomas McNulty, Trail of the Burned Man. Really enjoy this book. And he suggests that if you want to read, if you're interested in reading his writing, maybe start with this one. This is what he, I think, is most proud of. So, yeah, give him a shot. Try it out. It's like kind of like a homage to the pulp westerns, and yeah, if you're into that, like I am, I don't see you not enjoying it, to be honest. The good guys are good, the bad guys are bad. There's action, you know. There's a very slight romance plot, but it's not the focus of the book. Yeah, if you like westerns, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that would be fun to read. I have a lot of McNulty's books I need to check out this year. So, yeah, fan of that author. So here's the other book I picked up. This is completely unrelated to the other books here. I mean, they're all kind of not related to each other, but Kabir, and this is his complete writing, like poems, Bijak. And from, it's hard to find like reliable translations for any kind of poetry written in a foreign language. You have to be kind of discerning with where you're getting your translations from. And yeah, this is the one that I thought would be the best place to start. It's everything, and yeah, it has nice commentary, and it's from, who is this? The Kabir Association of Canada. So I thought that was a pretty reliable source. Dr. Jagasar Das. And, who's Kabir? Kabir is, or was, a poet from medieval India. He, depending who you ask, he was Hindu or Muslim. But if you read Kabir, it's kind of obvious he's neither of these things. In one of the poems, he says that he's nobody's friend and he's nobody's enemy. Kabir, in my opinion, is, I don't know, I just think he's very reliable. Like, this stuff is hard to, it says this in the Tao and in the New Testament too, that the teachings and the way are very simple to understand, but few people will be able to understand them. And I think Kabir, like all his writings, are a good example of that, because he speaks very plainly in a way that anybody could understand. But it's like, sometimes we make things difficult to understand because we don't want to accept them. So I'm a big fan of Kabir. He's very cutting. Yeah. Check him out. Medieval India, poetry. That's what I got for you today. So thanks for hanging around. If you stuck around this long, consider subscribing, hit the bell, leave a comment, shoot me an email, anything like that. And until next time, find somewhere to hide. Find something to read. This week I'm reading Keeper of the Secret. Look out for the review. Peace.